The Parkers, one of the most beloved sitcoms of the late 1990s and early 2000s, captured audiences with its laughter and heartwarming family moments. The characters were not only familiar faces, but also symbols of joy and close-knit relationships. However, behind the spotlight, there are untold stories of the cast members' lives filled with tragic twists of fate that most people are unaware of. Some of them passed away in horrific accidents, while others battled deadly illnesses that forever changed their lives. Today, let's explore these untold stories of the Parkers' stars and pay tribute to those who left an indelible mark on the hearts of their fans. Their stories will make you reflect and gain a deeper understanding of the value of life and the careers they built. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss the next captivating stories. Leave a comment with a 1 if you relate to today's story, or a 0 if you have a different opinion. Now let's dive in and explore together. Yvette Wilson, born on March 6, 1964, was a talented American actress best known for her role as Estelle Wilkerson in the popular sitcom The Parkers. In the show, she portrayed a warm-hearted and witty best friend to the main character Nicky Parker, as well as the lovable owner of a diner where much of the show's action took place. From 1999 to 2004, her portrayal of Estelle captured the hearts of viewers with her natural humor, charming presence, and kind soul. The character quickly became a fan favorite, and Yvette's performance was widely appreciated, solidifying her as a familiar and beloved face on television during that time. At the age of 84, when most of her peers had already stepped away from the spotlight, Isabelle Sanford made a memorable guest appearance on the 2001 comedy series The Parkers, playing Evelyn Nana Smith, Kim's beloved grandmother. Though the role was brief, it carried deep symbolic meaning, a touching nod to a true television legend. With this appearance, Sanford once again showed her lasting spirit and powerful screen presence, adding another shining moment to her remarkable career and reminding audiences of her enduring impact on TV history. The challenges in Yvette Wilson's life didn't end with her career struggles. Her health began to deteriorate rapidly. She was diagnosed with advanced kidney disease, a condition that required regular dialysis and would eventually necessitate a kidney transplant. As if that weren't enough, Yvette later discovered she had cervical cancer, a diagnosis that grew even more devastating when the disease quickly metastasized throughout her body. With each passing day, her physical condition worsened, and she was forced to endure endless rounds of treatment while fighting both emotional and physical exhaustion. Her battle against illness became a daily ordeal, testing her strength and resilience to the limit. In addition to the pain of illness, Yvette's personal life was also deeply affected. Her marriage to music producer Jerome Harry faced mounting strain due to ongoing financial burdens and the emotional toll of her declining health. Medical expenses began to overwhelm her, leaving her no choice but to turn to the public for help. A crowdfunding campaign was launched in hopes of covering her medical bills, reflecting the desperation of her situation. On June 14, 2012, Yvette Wilson passed away at the age of 48. Though her departure was quiet, the memory of a brave, funny, and kind-hearted woman continues to live on in the hearts of those who admired and loved her. Isabelle Sanford, born on August 29, 1917, in the vibrant Harlem neighborhood of New York City, was a trailblazing African-American television icon. Throughout her long and celebrated career, she became known for her powerful and charismatic performances, leaving a lasting mark on the entertainment industry. As one of the few black women to achieve prominence on American television during her era, she broke barriers and opened doors for future generations of performers. Sanford wasn't just an actress. She was a cultural pioneer who helped reshape how African American women were portrayed on screen. At the age of 84, when many of her peers had already retired, Isabelle Sanford made a memorable appearance in the 2001 comedy series, The Parkers, portraying Evelyn Nana Smith, the beloved grandmother of Kim. Although her role was a brief guest appearance, it held deep symbolic value, serving as a heartfelt tribute to a true legend of television. With this appearance, Sanford once again demonstrated her enduring spirit and remarkable presence, adding yet another highlight to her illustrious career and reminding audiences of her timeless contribution to TV history. Despite her fame and the admiration she garnered for her acting talent, Isabelle Sanford's personal life was far from easy or glamorous. She endured a turbulent and stifling marriage with William Richmond, a house painter whose lack of ambition starkly contrasted with Isabelle's own dreams and drive. Their relationship gradually became filled with tension and emotional hardship. Over time, the weight of betrayal and persistent marital conflict took a toll on her, leaving her in a state of emotional exhaustion. Though she tried for years to maintain the stability of their family, the bond was irreparably broken, and happiness remained elusive. In 1960, unable to continue living in such a toxic environment, Isabelle made a life-changing decision. She divorced her husband and set out on a new path. With incredible courage, she moved to Los Angeles alone, bringing her 3 children with her. There, she took a job at IBM, not as a stepping stone to fame, but as a means of survival and support for her family. Isabelle's resilience shone through during this challenging time. She wasn't just an aspiring actress anymore. She was a single mother, a survivor, and a woman determined to rise above hardship. Her journey became a powerful testament to strength, sacrifice, and unwavering determination. Isabelle Sanford's acting career reached its pinnacle with her iconic role as Louise "Wheezy" Jefferson in the acclaimed television series All in the Family and its spin-off, The Jeffersons. This groundbreaking performance earned her a place in television history as the first African-American woman to win an Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. Her portrayal of Louise Jefferson became a cultural milestone, representing strength, dignity, and intelligence at a time when such images of black women were rare on screen. However, behind the accolades and applause, Isabelle still faced the harsh realities of systemic inequality. She was often paid significantly less than her male co-stars and was repeatedly passed over for roles because of both her race and her age, a double burden that limited her opportunities even as her talent remained undeniable. After The Jeffersons concluded, Isabelle entered a challenging phase in her career. Her subsequent roles were often limited to minor guest appearances, insufficient to maintain the stature of an Emmy-winning star. Hollywood, which had once celebrated her, seemed to turn its back when she was no longer a trending name. In September 2003, she underwent a serious surgery to treat arterial stenosis, which significantly impacted her health. Despite this, Isabelle remained optimistic and continued to contribute to the Black artistic community. She became a powerful voice, raising awareness about injustices in the entertainment industry and persistently advocating for deserved recognition for Black artists, those who dedicated themselves fully but were often overlooked in popular culture history. Thomas Mikal Ford, born on September 5, 1964 in Los Angeles, quickly captured the hearts of a new generation of fans with his role as Mel Parker in the television series The Parkers. In the show, Mel is the ex-husband of Nikki and Kim, the main characters, and Ford's performance added emotional depth and authenticity to the storyline. From 1999 to 2001, his portrayal made Mel a significant and memorable character for the audience, contributing uniquely to the charm and appeal of the Parkers. Duncan had an estimated net worth of around $18 million at the time of his death. He was once in a relationship with TV personality Omarosa Manigault. After his passing, Duncan's family accused Omarosa of altering his will and selling off his assets, leading to major controversy. On July 13, 2012, Duncan was hospitalized after suffering a heart attack. Although he initially survived, he never fully recovered and passed away on September 3, 2012, at the age of 50. Thomas Mikal Ford's financial troubles steadily increased over time, despite being known as the King of Comedy for his talent and charisma on stage. Unfortunately, mounting debts and failed investments trapped him in a difficult financial situation that he struggled to escape. His personal life also faced turbulence when his 17-year marriage to Gina Sasso ended tumultuously in 2014. The separation left deep emotional scars and strained his relationship with their two children, marking a painful and challenging period in his life filled with loss and heartache. Their fans continuously admire the energy and strong connection they share. Their love showcases the perfect harmony between work, family, and shared dreams. They have proven that love can thrive when both prioritize supporting each other. Beyond their careers, Dabat and Jessica are passionate advocates for the LGBTQ+ community, using their platform to promote acceptance and equality. Their love story is a testament to the power of true love and the positive change it can bring to society. In June 2016, Thomas Mikal Ford completed an important documentary addressing the issue of bullying, a sensitive social topic he was deeply passionate about. This project marked a significant shift in Ford's career, reflecting his desire to make a positive impact and raise awareness about challenges faced by many young people. The documentary stood as a milestone in his journey, aiming to inspire change and support communities in need. Tragically, on October 12, 2016, Ford passed away suddenly at the age of 52 due to a ruptured abdominal aneurysm, a severe and unexpected medical emergency. Before his death, he endured chronic pain and had difficulty with mobility, which greatly affected his daily life. At the time of his passing, Ford's net worth was estimated at around $2 million, primarily derived from royalties and his inspirational work. Though his life was cut short, Thomas Mikal Ford's legacy and contributions continue to live on in the hearts of his fans and the wider community. Gary Coleman, born on February 8, 1968 in Zion, Illinois, rose to fame as Arnold in the hit TV show Different Strokes. In 2001, at the age of 33, he appeared in The Parkers, playing himself, a poignant reflection of a career that had faded after early stardom. Despite his friendly smile and charming presence on screen, Gary's real life was marked by hardship and injustice that few fully understood. He suffered from a congenital kidney disease that stunted his growth to just 4 feet 8 inches and required him to undergo lifelong dialysis treatments. This illness profoundly shaped Gary Coleman's life, making it vastly different from that of an average person, even though he had once been a beloved child star. Coping with chronic health problems and physical limitations affected not only his daily life, but also posed significant challenges to his acting career. Nevertheless, Gary maintained a resilient and optimistic spirit throughout his struggles, leaving an indelible mark on audiences and the entertainment industry alike. Gary Coleman earned millions of dollars as a famous teenage star, but sadly, much of that money was misappropriated by his adoptive parents and financial manager in 1989. In response to this injustice, Gary took legal action against his adoptive parents to reclaim his rightful earnings. Although he eventually won the lawsuit, the compensation he received was only a modest amount compared to the fortune he had once amassed. This case highlights the difficulties and challenges faced by young stars like Gary, especially when financial management lacks transparency and accountability. Despite achieving fame at an early age, Gary Coleman's life after the spotlight was far from easy, marked by a continuous series of struggles. He faced financial hardships, health problems, and personal injustices that deeply affected him. Gary passed away in 2010, but his story of adversity and the lessons about justice and protecting one's rights remain profoundly relevant. His life serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of transparency, fairness, and safeguarding vulnerable individuals in society. $3 million might sound like a lot, but for Gary Coleman, it was only a fraction of the vast fortune he once earned as a child star. After his career faded, his life spiraled downward rapidly. Gary found himself struggling financially, working as a security guard at a shopping mall, and even taking on self-deprecating roles on TV just to make ends meet. His marriage to Shannon Price was fraught with conflict, abuse, and isolation. Although they separated in less than a year, Shannon remained by his side during his final years, a presence filled with complex meaning. On May 28, 2010, Gary Coleman passed away at the age of 42, following a severe fall that caused a brain hemorrhage. His sudden death sparked significant controversy, especially since his ex-wife Shannon was the one who made the decision to remove his life support. Even more heartbreaking, Gary's net worth at the time of his death was only $75,000, a shocking figure for a former star who had once been a millionaire. Gary Coleman's life story serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of fame and fortune in the entertainment industry. Estelle Harris, born on April 22, 1928, was an artist who left a profound mark on her fans through various roles, especially her portrayal of Agnes in the 1999 TV show The Parkers when she was 71. Although it was just a small guest role, Estelle captured the audience's attention with her signature humorous style and her distinctive, cheerful voice. This was just one of many key moments in her decades-long career, a career filled with challenges and persistent effort. However, as time passed, the spotlight slowly faded, and Estelle made fewer public appearances. Behind the cheerful demeanor and the laughter that she brought to millions, Estelle Harris was a woman who often felt forgotten and isolated. Despite her success in voiceover roles and advertisements, she always kept a certain distance from the limelight. She admitted to being a private person, preferring not to be the center of attention and maintaining a private life. Although the name Estelle Costanza brought laughter to countless people, it also acted as a cage, preventing her from venturing into more complex roles that she yearned to take on. The greatest loss in her life came in 2021, when her partner of nearly 70 years, Cy Harris, passed away. Their enduring love and partnership were an integral part of Estelle's life. His death left an irreplaceable void, and in her final years, Estelle faced a gradual decline. Although she left behind a remarkable legacy in the arts, her last years were marked by loneliness and quiet sorrow, as the world around her changed and the light of her earlier years dimmed. Estelle Harris's memory and health declined over the years, and there was a quiet sorrow as she outlived many of her closest friends. In 2001, she survived a serious car accident that nearly claimed her life, a stark reminder of the fragility of existence. Despite this, she always brought joy and positivity to the screen. However, her later years were spent quietly in Palm Desert, California, largely retired from the entertainment world, living a peaceful private life away from the spotlight. With her significant contributions to the entertainment industry, especially in voiceover roles, Estelle Harris left a deep mark. However, her life was not without struggles. Though she always wore a smile on screen, she faced loneliness and often felt forgotten. In the years that followed, she led a private life, distancing herself from the noise of the entertainment world. Estelle came to terms with the changes in her life, and she made fewer public appearances. Estelle Harris passed away on April 2, 2022, just 20 days before her 94th birthday, due to natural causes. At the time of her death, her net worth was estimated at around $5 million, largely from long-term voiceover contracts with Disney and ongoing advertising campaigns. Though she is no longer with us, her career and the legacy she left behind will always be remembered by her fans. Although he faced numerous accidents, infections, and warnings from doctors about the never-ending nature of surgery, Pete Burns remained determined in his pursuit of ideal beauty. Sadly, his journey came to an early end due to natural causes, leaving behind a lasting impression of the price one pays to stand out and express uniqueness in a crowd. A romance wasn't in the cards yet. It wasn't until they reunited years later on the set of Swing Shift that the real spark ignited, and from that moment on, they've been inseparable. However, behind the charming melodies and her captivating allure, Nancy's life was marked by deep emotional wounds. Her journey was not just about the spotlight, but also filled with challenges and personal losses. While she was a source of inspiration and joy for others through her music and talent, her private life was often marked by moments of sadness and struggle. Personal relationships and losses created scars that were not easily erased, yet it was these hardships that also shaped the person and artist she became. The divorce from drummer Kenny Dennis in 1970 marked a pivotal turning point in Nancy Wilson's life. After this painful separation, she became a single mother, taking on the responsibility of raising her children on her own. During these years, Nancy's life was far from easy. She worked tirelessly to provide for her family, struggling to balance the demands of motherhood while maintaining her music career. Despite facing these challenges, loneliness and sorrow, she never allowed these hardships to defeat her. Instead of giving up, Nancy Wilson persevered, continuing to create and deliver wonderful melodies to the world, music filled with emotion and passion. Her resilience and unyielding love for music not only helped her navigate through life's difficulties, but also made her an inspiration for those who admired her art. The struggles and obstacles in her life could not dull the flame of her passion for music. In fact, they only made her stronger and more determined, proving that art and inner strength could help overcome any adversity. Despite all the trials she faced, Nancy continued to shine as a symbol of perseverance and a deep, everlasting love for music. After marrying Pastor Y. Burton, Nancy Wilson found new hope and peace in her life. This was a major turning point, bringing a sense of renewal and promise as she could now find stability and joy within her family life. However, this marriage also came with its own set of challenges and silent tensions. She had to navigate maintaining the image of a pastor's wife, which meant distancing herself from many familiar places, performances, and public events she had previously been part of. While music remained her greatest passion, Nancy understood that a significant part of her role at this stage was to focus on her family, to be a devoted wife and mother, and she was ready to make sacrifices to uphold the family values she held dear. The decision to sacrifice her music career to dedicate time to her family was not an easy one, but for Nancy, it was a profound commitment to the values that mattered most in life. While music would always be at the core of her being, she also recognized that family and love were the foundation for her continued growth as both a woman and an artist. This decision reflected her sacrifice and unconditional love for her husband, children, and family as a whole. It also stood as a testament to her resilience and wisdom in balancing her personal life and career. In her final years, Nancy Wilson faced a series of heartbreaking losses. Both her parents passed away in 1998, and then in 2008, her husband succumbed to kidney cancer. These profound losses left Nancy in a state of deep loneliness, prompting her to withdraw from public life. She settled in the mountains of California seeking peace and tranquility away from the spotlight. Nancy's health began to decline in 2006 due to anemia and a potassium deficiency, forcing her to cancel many concerts. In her later years, she battled not only lung disease but also cancer. Although she rarely appeared in public, she remained graceful and always expressed gratitude for the life she had. She once said, "There's no place like Ohio where I started, and that's where I want to end." This quote reflects an important part of her life, finding peace and pride in her roots. Nancy Wilson passed away on December 13, 2018, at her home in Pioneer Town, California, at the age of 81. At the time of her death, her net worth was estimated to be around $15 million, primarily from music revenue performance royalties and international recording contracts that she signed throughout her remarkable music career. Although she has left this world, Nancy Wilson will forever live in the hearts of her fans, not only through the sweet and soothing melodies she left behind, but also through her unforgettable contributions to the music industry. Her image with her warm voice and extraordinary talent will continue to inspire future generations of artists and jazz lovers. Her legacy is not just in her recorded songs, but in the cherished memories and moments she shared with the public, making her an enduring icon in the world of music. David Graf, born on April 16, 1950, was an actor known for his commanding and decisive roles. At 49 years old, he appeared in The Parkers in 1999, playing the role of Health Inspector Paul, a small yet sharp part that reflected the commanding style he had established in his iconic portrayal of Sergeant Eugene Tackleberry in the Police Academy film series. Tackleberry was a particularly memorable character with his military background and love for weapons, which helped make David Graf a familiar name in the industry. However, this role also became a shadow that he found hard to escape. While his talent was recognized, the image of Tackleberry was so tightly linked to him that it became difficult for him to break into more diverse roles throughout his career. Off-screen, David Graf led a life filled with challenges and silent struggles. His marriage to Catherine Graf, which officially began in 1983, was built on love and commitment, but also had to endure many hardships. Throughout their time together, financial concerns weighed heavily on their family. Raising two sons, both still in school, only increased the pressure regarding finances, making it a constant source of stress. David and Catherine worked tirelessly to maintain stability in their home life while ensuring their children received a solid educational foundation. Despite facing numerous personal challenges, David Graf remained a devoted husband and father throughout his life. The hardships he encountered never wavered his commitment to his family, and he always strived to balance work and home life. David's resilience and selflessness were evident in every aspect of his life, and he made it a priority to care for his loved ones no matter the obstacles he faced in his career. Even during tough times, his optimism remained unwavering, and his family always came first, showcasing his dedication to ensuring their well-being. Throughout his career, David Graf faced his share of difficulties, but he maintained a positive attitude and unwavering determination. The challenges of the entertainment industry never discouraged him. Instead, they fueled his perseverance. These struggles served as motivation for him to keep working hard, not just for his career, but for the stability and happiness of his family. His ability to keep both his career and home life intact speaks to his strength and devotion, even when work was demanding. Hit like and share if you're inspired by David Graf's resilience and determination throughout his career. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss more inspiring stories to come. David exemplified the quiet sacrifices that many in the entertainment industry make to maintain a stable family life. While his career often encountered its own trials, he always found a way to keep his family life steady and secure. His relentless effort to balance work and family is a testament to his commitment, proving that with enough dedication, one can weather both personal and professional storms without losing sight of what truly matters: family. David Graf always concealed the burdens of his financial and emotional struggles with a cheerful exterior and dedication to his career. However, as acting opportunities became fewer, he began to feel emotionally drained. The few and far between roles he was offered, along with his involvement in the Screen Actors Guild SAG, which brought little financial reward, forced his family to live on a tight budget. They often had to rely on borrowing money just to maintain their lifestyle, adding more pressure to their daily lives. Despite these hardships, David kept up a positive spirit, masking his worries and stresses, both at work and in his home life. Even with the financial strain and challenging circumstances, he continued with dedication and commitment to his craft, refusing to let these difficulties affect his outlook. Though he was facing clear health warning signs, David ignored them, attributing his symptoms to the temporary side effects of stress. He began to experience chest pain, shortness of breath, and fatigue, but dismissed them as nothing more than a result of the ongoing stress and exhaustion. David made the decision to postpone an important heart checkup to attend his brother-in-law's wedding in Phoenix, thinking that he could push through. He believed he could handle it, but this turned out to be a tragic mistake. The signs of an impending heart attack went unnoticed, and just hours after arriving in Phoenix, he suddenly collapsed. Neven Ciganovic, a Croatian hairstylist and reality TV host, recently experienced a rare complication after his third nose surgery at a clinic in Iran. He developed priapism, a condition triggered by an allergic reaction to anesthesia, which needed urgent medical treatment to avoid permanent damage. Despite this tough setback, Neven stays determined to reach his aesthetic goals and is committed to having another surgery to achieve a globally recognized look. Handle his notorious temperament, demonstrating his unwavering commitment to his craft despite numerous personal and professional obstacles. Katie Price, the famous model, kept a natural look until she chose to change her appearance at age 30. She began with breast augmentation, going from a 32B to a 32D in 1999, followed by a nose job in 2006. Over time, Katie gradually shifted toward a fully surgically altered appearance. His career faded, his life spiraled downward rapidly. Gary found himself struggling financially, working as a security guard at a shopping mall, and even taking on self-deprecating roles on TV just to make ends meet. His marriage to Shannon Price was fraught with conflict, abuse, and isolation. Although they separated in less than a year, Shannon remained by his side during his final years, a presence filled with complex meaning. By 2025, at 62 years old, Udi still acts in low-budget horror films while promoting esoteric health content to a small online group. Do you know anyone among your friends or family who has experienced mental health struggles or career challenges? If yes, leave a 1. If not, comment 0. What do you think of Helen Udi's journey from the stage lights to horror roles and promoting esoteric health? Share your thoughts below. Don't forget to like the video and hit the subscribe button to support the channel, and stay tuned for more fascinating. The actor who played Dave in 1991 had a stable career but never provided him with significant financial security. His home was comfortable but unremarkable, and he lived a relatively modest life, staying away from the excesses of Hollywood. Dempsey married but went through a tumultuous relationship that eventually led to estrangement. In his later years, he had children, but they were not deeply involved in his life, especially in his final years. She credits their lasting bond to their independence and strong understanding of one another. It's their differences like In addition to his acting career, Johnny Brown had a fulfilling and happy family life. He shared a marriage lasting over 6 decades with June Brown, a devoted wife who stood by him through all the ups and downs of life. Johnny was also the father of 2 children, including actress Sharon Catherine Brown, who followed in his footsteps in the entertainment industry. While his career gradually declined in his personal life, Johnny was always a model father and husband, living a full and peaceful life with his family. The actress who played a saleswoman in The Cosby Show in 1984 had a long career but was often overlooked in the film and television industry. Although she was highly versatile, she was frequently cast in supporting roles and never truly became famous. Her marriage to her husband, Philip Rose, was one of the few constants in her life, though their relationship was tested by long periods of separation due to work. They never had children, which left her feeling deeply lonely in her later years. Rear window. Estelle Harris's memory and health declined over the years, and there was a quiet sorrow as she outlived many of her closest friends. In 2001, she survived. On March 2, 2022, Johnny Brown faced a significant challenge in his life when he left a doctor's appointment where he was scheduled to have a pacemaker installed. His health had deteriorated greatly, and this surgery was seen as a hope to improve his condition. However, shortly after leaving the clinic, Johnny unexpectedly collapsed and was rushed to a hospital in Los Angeles. Despite being given emergency care, he could not survive and passed away at the age of 84. His passing left a large void in the hearts of his family, friends, and fans who had followed his career for many years. Johnny Brown's death left behind a quiet but deeply sincere legacy. Although no longer in the limelight like before, his life is a testament to his tireless efforts in the entertainment industry. He was an integral part of many generations of viewers who loved Good Times and other shows he participated in. While his career may not have stayed at its peak forever, Johnny Brown's legacy lives on in the hearts of those who admired him. A talented artist, a dedicated father, and a devoted husband. Jean Sincere was born on August 16, 1919. In 2003, at the age of 84, she appeared in The Parkers as Woman, a brief role that reflected her unwavering commitment to acting over nearly 8 decades. Her presence carried the aura of a performer who had spent her entire life under the spotlight, from Brigadoon and Wonderful Town to her memorable voice role as Mrs. Hoganson in The Incredibles. But behind that long career was a life full of loss. She was one of the performers who entertained the United States military during World War II, always contributing quietly without seeking fame. Johnny Brown's passing left behind a quiet yet profoundly meaningful legacy. Though he was no longer in the spotlight as he once was, his life stands as a testament to his relentless dedication to the entertainment industry. He was a cherished figure for generations of viewers who loved Good Times and the many other shows he contributed to. While his career didn't remain at its peak indefinitely, Johnny Brown's legacy lives on in the hearts of those who admired him as a gifted artist, a devoted father, and a loving husband. The person and artist she became. The divorce from drummer Ken she survived Dennis in 1970 marked a pivotal turning. James Karen, born Jacob Karnofsky, on November 28, 1923 in Pennsylvania, was a veteran actor of Hollywood. Known for his classic roles, he made his mark in films such as Poltergeist Wall Street, The Return of the Living Dead, and The Pursuit of Happiness. With a career spanning several decades, James Karen became a symbol of the film industry, delivering deep and emotionally rich performances. At the age of 77, he continued working, making a guest appearance in The Parkers in 2000, where he played Robert Vanlo, a small but serious role that showcased the presence of a seasoned actor who had weathered many ups and downs throughout his career. While James Karen's career was filled with glory, his personal life was not without its challenges. He was once married to folk singer and actress Susan Reed, but their marriage ended in 1967. Despite their relationship producing a son, Reed-Karen, their bond gradually grew distant and could not be sustained. The price of his grand career and fame in the entertainment industry was a personal life marked by silence and voids. James Karen, despite being beloved and respected in his profession, faced significant challenges in his family and emotional life. In the final years of his life, James Karen admitted that he lived with a persistent fear, the fear of being forgotten. While he never chased fame or the spotlight, he was haunted by the thought that all the years of dedication to his craft could quickly fade into obscurity, replaced by younger rising stars with strong appeal and rapidly advancing careers. His career had reached its peak with memorable roles, but inside he always harbored the anxiety of being erased by time. James Karen wasn't seeking notoriety or fame. Instead, he simply hoped that his contributions would not be forgotten as time passed. Despite this, he was a deeply introspective and reserved man living outside the spotlight. James Karen was not the loudest voice in the room, but he was always the most considerate and thoughtful. He lived a humble life, avoiding the noise and fanfare, yet leaving his mark through meticulous care and sincere words. His gentle demeanor and solitary nature created an image that was quiet, yet highly respectable, embodying wisdom and a profound understanding of the essence of life. As he reached his 90s, James Karen's health began to decline noticeably. His memory started to fade. His body no longer had the strength it once did, and he began withdrawing from public life. Nevertheless, his passion and enthusiasm for acting still burned brightly within him. James Karen didn't let age slow him down. Instead, he continued to appear in films, even when his body signaled that it was time to rest and recover. This persistence clearly reflected a steadfast professional spirit and a deep sense of responsibility toward his craft. In the final years of his career, James Karen had a role that many considered the pinnacle of his acting journey when he appeared in The Pursuit of Happiness. However, most of his later works consisted of smaller roles in lower-budget films, no longer the major parts or lead roles he had once enjoyed. Despite this, James Karen continued to stay active, demonstrating his passion and commitment to the craft of acting despite the physical and age-related limitations. He never allowed his body's decline to become a barrier to his passion. Financially, at the time of his death, James Karen's net worth was estimated at around $1 million, a modest figure compared to many other Hollywood stars. Most of this money came from royalties and his television appearances. However, for those who knew him or followed his career, the true value of James Karen could never be measured in money. He was a symbol of a generation of quiet artists who always placed humility and a love for their craft above the glitz and glamour of fame. Robert DoQui, born on April 20th, 1934 in Stillwater, Oklahoma, was a talented man with a unique charm and a calm, composed demeanor. At the age of 67, he had a brief but memorable appearance in The Parkers in 2001, where he portrayed Walter, a short guest role that showcased the quiet strength he brought to every performance. DoQui possessed a deep, resonant voice and a calm presence, easily capturing attention on screen. However, despite his talent, Hollywood often kept him in the shadows, assigning him supporting roles with little opportunity to shine as a leading man. Throughout his career, DoQui was frequently cast in supporting roles, rarely given the chance to fully showcase his abilities in leading parts. His performances were always impressive and captivating, but at times they were overlooked in the broader landscape of Hollywood, which focused more on big-name stars. Even in the RoboCop trilogy, where he appeared as Sergeant Reed in all three films, his character was never fully developed in a way that reflected his potential. DoQui was always reliable and easily recognizable, but his roles were often limited even though he brought depth and strength to the characters he portrayed. Despite suffering the setback of not being cast in leading roles, Robert DoQui still left an indelible mark on cinema. His unique voice and commanding presence created a lasting impression, even though his performances did not always receive the recognition they deserved. While he did not achieve the level of fame of some of his peers, DoQui made a significant impact through his work in films like RoboCop and his roles in various television shows, becoming a familiar and respected face in the industry. His legacy is not measured by the number of leading roles he took on, but by the strength, perseverance, and professionalism he consistently maintained in every performance. For many years, Robert DoQui fought against chronic lung disease, a debilitating condition he chose to keep private. DoQui rarely spoke about his declining health. Instead, he continued to take on small roles in television shows like Star Trek Deep Space Nine and The Parkers. Despite his ongoing presence in the industry, he loved his health steadily worsened, making him weaker as time went on. Nevertheless, he never gave up on his craft, always striving to maintain his place in the industry to which he had dedicated his heart and soul throughout his life. On February 9, 2008, Robert DoQui passed away at the age of 73 in Los Angeles from natural causes. To many fans, he will always be remembered as the steadfast and fearless police sergeant who commanded in RoboCop, standing tall in the face of chaos. But beyond the screen, he was something even stronger, like a silent warrior, a performer who never gave up continuing to show up, even when the world seemed to look the other way. Though he never landed leading roles in his career, Terry Rhodes remained deeply passionate about acting throughout the years. His career may have been marked by supporting roles, but every appearance was a testament to his ability to captivate even in the briefest of moments. Despite not receiving the spotlight that many of his peers enjoyed, Terry brought a distinct artistry to his performances, showcasing dedication and a love for his craft that never wavered. Terry began his career in the 1980s, gradually building a reputation through supporting roles in sitcoms such as Friends, Seinfeld, House MD, and Desperate Housewives. Each appearance showcased his signature charm and precision. However, Hollywood never entrusted him with a leading role. Being cast as the spiritual substitute silently burdened Terry with the weight of professional disappointment, as many of his colleagues achieved fame and recognition. The lack of opportunities to shine in major roles was a profound sadness for him, knowing that his talent was not being acknowledged as it deserved. His personal life also faced its fair share of challenges. After divorcing his first wife, Deborah Renee Yetter, the mother of his 2 children, Terry remarried actress Lisa Sims in 1990. They remained together until his final days. However, Terry openly described his unfulfilled desire to have children with Lisa as his greatest regret in life, a sorrow that stayed with him throughout his later years. Although he had a loving home and family with Lisa, this lingering regret remained an integral part of his life's journey. Fate tested him not only with a career that went largely unrecognized, but also with a painful and rare illness, amyloidosis, a debilitating disease that drained both his body and spirit. For nearly a year, he fought against the harsh effects of the illness, becoming too weak to continue working. Terry Rhodes passed away on October 11, 2013 in Encino, California, at the age of 61. He died in the arms of his second wife, his quiet and steadfast companion, who stood by him until the very end. Tina Marie, born Mary Christine Brockert on March 5, 1956, in Santa Monica, California, was a renowned figure in the world of R&B music. Throughout her career, she carved out a unique place for herself as a white artist, embraced and respected by Black audiences, a rare and powerful feat in the music industry. In 2000, at the age of 44, Tina made a memorable appearance on The Parkers, portraying herself as an iconic R&B legend. Her role was more than just a guest appearance. It was a tribute to the voice behind the hit Lover Girl, one of her most famous tracks. This marked one of the few times she appeared on television after facing a turbulent period in her career, which had been filled with personal and professional challenges. During the early 1980s, Tina Marie fought a brutal legal battle with Motown Records, a fight that would have a lasting impact on her career. Bound by a contract that prevented her from releasing new music, she faced significant financial difficulties and a period of deep depression. The restrictions placed on her creative output were a crushing blow not only to her career, but to her spirit. This battle, however, helped shape Tina into a legal symbol of resistance against exploitation, leading to the creation of the Brockert Initiative, a law designed to protect artists from being taken advantage of by record labels. Her fight was not only about reclaiming her own freedom, but also about advocating for fairness in the industry for other artists. Tina's legal struggle and the creation of the Brockert Initiative marked a significant turning point in her life, but it was not without its costs. The pain and hardship of those years left an indelible mark on her, yet they also made her a trailblazer in advocating for artists' rights. Despite these challenges, Teena Marie's impact on the music world endured. She became an inspiration not only because of her powerful voice and musical contributions, but also due to her courage in standing up against the system. The respect and admiration she garnered, especially within the Black community, were a testament to her resilience and her undeniable talent. At the same time, Teena Marie's personal life became increasingly stressful as she navigated life as a single mother raising her daughter Aaliyah Rose without a partner. Despite having a deep connection with the late Rick James, Teena never married. Beneath the glamour of the spotlight, she was a lonely woman often speaking about love that never fully blossomed. She shared her feelings of isolation and the absence of lasting love in her life, which lingered despite her immense success in music. Though Teena achieved greatness in her career, she often faced personal loneliness, a theme that echoed throughout her life and her music. In 2004, Teena suffered a serious accident when a bed frame struck her head, leading to prolonged seizures and neurological issues that significantly impaired her ability to perform. This health condition later contributed to her untimely death. Although she continued to write and perform, her declining health prevented her from maintaining the career highs she once enjoyed. Teena Marie passed away suddenly in her sleep on December 26, 2010, at the age of 54, just one day after her daughter's birthday, Aaliyah Rose. Despite the many ups and downs of her life and career, Teena Marie left behind an extensive musical legacy, becoming an enduring figure in R&B music. With an estimated net worth of around $3 million, Teena is remembered not only for her extraordinary talent, but also for her resilience in the face of personal and professional struggles. Her life and career serve as a testament to her strength and unwavering spirit. Andre Rosey Brown, born on February 7, 1956 in Rockford, Illinois, began his acting career in Hollywood, where his imposing physique often defined the roles he was offered. In 2002, at the age of 46, he made a guest appearance on The Parkers playing Lamar, a supporting role that fit the typecasting Hollywood often imposed on men with large builds like his. Throughout his career, Andre was frequently cast as bodyguard, security personnel, and other large, imposing figures roles that, while steady, did not allow him the opportunity to explore more emotionally complex and deeply nuanced characters. Despite his frequent appearances on screen, his filmography lacked a standout defining role, which caused him considerable frustration. He longed for roles that offered emotional depth and complexity, but he was often relegated to roles that only showcased his physicality. This lack of recognition for his range as an actor deeply pained him, as he knew he had much more to offer than the stereotypical roles he was given. Aware of the stereotypes about his appearance, Andre's struggles did not stop at the studio gates. His long marriage to Deborah Brown began to unravel when Andre faced prolonged unemployment after retiring from the police force in 1998. The financial instability took a heavy toll on the family, and Andre, who had always prided himself on being the family's breadwinner, found himself pursuing his acting dream under increasing pressure. He often took roles simply to make ends meet, regardless of the quality or meaning of the work, which left him feeling frustrated and unsatisfied with his career. Each career setback forced him to return to forgettable small roles in Friends Frasier, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, just another muscular guy in the background. However, he never publicly complained. In light interviews, he would say, I just want a role where people remember my name, not just my size. On July 18, 2006, Andre suddenly passed away from a heart attack in Northridge, California at the age of 50. His death came after a private battle with illness, something he kept hidden to prevent his family from worrying. The stars of the Parkers have left unforgettable legacies, but their tragedies remind us of the price of fame. Which character resonated with you the most? How did their story make you feel? Don't forget to leave a comment with a 1 if you relate to today's story, or a 0 if you have a different opinion. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to give this video a like if you found it interesting. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss other captivating stories. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.